Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I've just got back from a brilliant day's fishing where I managed to catch £150. And there's a few jobs I like to do, or need to do on this occasion. The first is this. Look at that. Get your nets out. Let them get dried out. There's a lot of KHV around at the moment. Studies show that wet nets could potentially bring harmful baddies into the lakes and stuff, so I think the least we can do for all these fisheries that spend so much money is try our best to protect the fish. So if they say net dips are important, dip your nets, but the least we can do is dry our nets between sessions. Same goes for your stink bag. Let's stand that up. Incidentally, if you are interested, Aqualock net bag fits all those nets in, 5, 2 landing nets. Probably could sneak a 6th in, but I carry 5 with me, and it fits them all in. But the other important job that I've got to do is clean my Gore Tex. Now, for years I wasn't a cleaning Gore Tex kind of guy. Just, it's not me. But since joining Nufish, obviously it's a hefty investment buying Gore Tex. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I like to look after it, and plus the fishing I'm doing at the minute with paste and slop and stuff is a messy old business. So I contacted the guys at Halkon Hunt. I've been doing this process a little while, but I contacted the guys at Halkon Hunt and girls and asked them what is important, a few facts and figures, dispel a few myths about cleaning your Gore Tex clothing, your Halkon Hunt Gore Tex clothing. And if you're interested in that, stick around because there'll be loads of tips in here to help you get the most from that premium clothing. Now, as you know, most of my fishing is done with slop, paste, all stuff that ends up leaving your Gore Tex looking like this. Just disgusting, look at it. That's after one session. Absolutely filthy, absolutely disgusting. And that is the worst nightmare for this clothing. So, Gore Tex is, other than your pole, probably if you choose to buy it, because you're going to buy the bottoms, you're going to buy the coat, you're probably going to buy a windstopper as well. You're looking at 800-900 quid there. I don't know what the prices are like now as of 2023, but it's expensive stuff. Other than your pole, one of the most expensive things you're going to buy as an angler if you choose to go down this route. Now, it is the absolute pinnacle. It's the flagship clothing. It's high performance clothing. Uses Gore Tex. It's fantastic. It's made to measure. It's just brilliant, brilliant stuff. You've got to look after it. If you're willing to pay that amount of money for clothing, you've got to look after it, and washing it is the only way to do that. Now, I was always under the impression before, when I used to work, the last sort of set of Gore Tex I had was from DHP when I was there, and I was under the impression that actually washing it did it harm. And when I got this, I was determined to look after it this time. So I quickly spoke to Halkon Hunt, good friends with Oliver, and I wanted to find out the actual details because at the end of the day, it's a lot of money and I wanted to look after it. So that is total nonsense, is the first myth to bust. You can't. Oliver said to me you could wash it every day, and as long as you actually do it properly, wash it properly, your clothing will be as good as the day you bought it. So that is the first myth. You cannot wash it enough. So keep it clean. And in fact, washing it more is way better than leaving it. The reason is the baits that we all use now, so your fish meals, your meats, so like the oils off the meat, the fat off the meat, hemp oil, all that stuff actually eats into the fabric and the seams, and it just causes havoc with your product. So actually leaving that on there is the worst thing you can possibly do, because it actually like eats into the fabric. So the last thing you want to do is have it fail on you. So wash it. Get yourself some stuff to wash it. Now, before we go into the how to do it, you do need a product. You do need Grangers. Now, there's a few other ones available on the market. Nick Wax, I think, do one. There's a few things you can get in like camping stores and stuff, because obviously Gore Tex isn't exclusive to Halkon Hunt on the bigger picture. It is in fishing, but not in like your outdoor clothing shops and stuff. You can buy Gore Tex. So I assume that Grangers is like the all-round Gore Tex product for care. It's the one that Halkon Hunt recommend. They sell it as well, so if you want to go onto their website, you can buy Grangers. I got this off Amazon. I initially bought the small bottle because I thought it would probably last quite a long time. And it actually came with this handy little cap, which is like the measuring cap. But after a few washes, I ran out, so I went for the bigger bulk pouch. And I'm washing mine every other week, I'd say, at the moment. Yeah, once a fortnight I'm washing mine to try and keep it looking smart and tip-top. And that's lasting me a good amount of time. So, what does Granger's do? Well, Oliver actually told me, Oliver Scott on, who works at Halkon Hunt. Obviously, it's the family business. Sandra develops Halkon Hunt clothing. I think they had the 30th year anniversary recently, and they've been producing the best fishing clothing ever since. And Oliver said to me, like I say, you cannot wash it enough. Now, just as a guide, Oliver washes his every week in the summer, every 2 weeks in the winter, but he will happily do it twice a week in the summer if he's fishing a lot. So basically, he never lets all this crap build up on it. That is the worst thing that can happen. So just bear that in mind. If you've had a day where you've had a particularly messy day, you've got to wash it. You've got to get it off if you want to keep this performing at its best. Now, Granger's, Oliver also told me about this. Basically, it reproofs the material. It reactivates something called a DWI. It affects the runoff, basically, so the water can carry on beading off it. It cleans your garments as well. I don't know the technical details, that's just what he told me. All I know is it works, and the good news is it will work on other clothing as well. So if you're using like Preston clothing, for example, Matrix clothing, whoever that isn't Gore Tex, this will help when it comes to washing that clothing as well. So it's a good buy even if you don't own Gore Tex. So just bear that in mind, it's good stuff. Now the amounts you need is 100 ml in the washing machine, and then for every garment after that you add another capful. So it's good to have that cap, because I know that every single time I wash these two, I've got a coat and a bib and brace, 3 of those caps goes in as a matter of course. Now, when it comes to actually washing it, Halkon Hunt recommend running an empty wash, just to get rid of any detergent and stuff that might, or fabric softener or whatever you put in your washing machine, that can affect Gore Tex. So they recommend starting from a clean skate. So just run an empty sort of wash just to get rid of any of that. That's good practice to do. Then open your washing machine. Once you've done that, whack in 3 capfuls of your Granger's, then put your garments in. Then it's important to do it on a 40-degree wash. So once it's had its washing cycle, stick it in a tumble, give it a nice good tumble, and you're good to go again. It's all fully reproofed, it's completely clean, looks immaculate again, like day one, and you're good to go. That's how you do it. It's very simple, but I thought I'd just try and dispel a few myths, because I was one of those guys who didn't look after my Gore Tex before, and I feel I've never seen a video actually of anyone saying how to do it. I know I never knew how to do it, and I wanted to give you some real world advice based on what I've asked, big fly there, based on what I've asked Halkon Hunt and how to look after it. So they're the key points. Get yourself some Granger's, because it helps reproof it. And that goes whether you're using other clothing too. 40-degree wash, tumble dry it. You can't wash it too much, so try and do it at least once a fortnight in the summer, as long as you're fishing a lot. But don't be frightened to do it more often if you really want to, because the more you can wash it, the better it's going to keep. So look after your clothing. One other thing that I forgot to mention, make sure you close all the flaps and the zips and stuff, because obviously you're just going to let water into the pockets and whatnot. You don't want that. And I think that's all the pointers. It's brilliant clothing. I'll quickly put a before and after actually. I'll overlay that so that you can see the difference it makes cleaning it. But yeah, it's beautiful clothing. It's brilliant stuff. It's just worth looking after. Last thing you want to do is spend £600 to £1,000 on your clothing and not look after it. So hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the Halkon Hunt website. If you forgot to mention, if you are interested in buying nufish branded Gore Tex clothing, or any Gore Tex clothing that's unbranded, Wickersley Angling have a big stock of it. They've got nufish as our exclusive distributor. I think they're the only shop that actually sells Gore Tex anyway. I think you might be able to get Guru in a few shops, or they might be able to order it in the Guru Halkon Hunt stuff. But other than that, Wickersley are the only place you can get it. They sell unbranded stuff. They sell our nufish stuff. So whatever you want to buy, you can get it from there. They've got a big showroom as well, so you can go try on garments. But if you want something a bit more bespoke, give Halkon Hunt a ring, because they can do like a made-to-measure service. They can make it exactly how you want it. So if you've got any unusual requests or whatever, they can, obviously within reason, look after you. But yeah, brilliant company, family business, worth supporting. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next video.